Good evening, everyone, and welcome along to the European Esports Championship. This is it. It is round one of the championship as we take in the Spanish Grand Prix from, of course, the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. My name is James Head. I'm delighted to be showing my face on the stream, unlike my co-commentary partner sitting to the right-hand side of me in this commentary box. But I, of course, am going to be taking you through the stream as your lead commentator for tonight. And we're joined, of course, in the commentary box by Mr. EML Season 5 F1 Premier Commentator, my good friend and partner. It is Mr. IRT Indigo, otherwise known as Jamie Morris. Jamie, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm actually excited for this. I thought commentating for EML Masters League was something new to me, but this is also something a brand new experience for me as well. With 10 different nations and PC, Xbox, and PlayStation combined, this is going to be very interesting. I can't wait to see how this goes down between all the different 10 nations that's going on here. So it's going to be very interesting. We've had the esports qualifiers last week back at the Austrian Grand Prix. Now we are here for Spain, where it all counts.
Yeah, definitely so. And just before we get into the lineup and everything and run you through the point system, there was a little bit of drama after we ended the stream. It was between Team Poland and Team Finland. Poland thought that Finland, I think it was Keki. I don't think it was Keki. It was another driver. I think it was Thomas Laminen, if I'm not mistaken. They thought he impeded in terms of a lap time. It was judged by all of the stewards. No further action. So Team Finland actually qualified. Poland the ones missing out. So if any nation drops out, Poland will be, of course, first reserve because they finished 11th in terms of the standings. Let's have a look, though, at the point system. The all-important point system. Take a screenshot because I'm probably not going to show this again live on the stream. But the point system is as follows. Very similar to the EML point system. If you're very familiar with the EML point system, 30 points for a race win, and then it's second place getting 25, third place getting 20, then fourth on 17, fifth on 15, and then we're all down in 1 point increments of 14, 13, 12, 11, and 10, all the way down to 10th position, and then 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for the 19th place. And unlike EML, we have got the fastest lap also available for a point here tonight as well, and also for the rest of the season. Drivers, by the way, can get ready up in the lobby. We are all in. We've got all 20 drivers ready up and ready to go. But, Jamie, in terms of that point system, EML, very fair in terms of the point system. Same here for the European Esports Championship. Rewards everyone, bar that man in P20.
Yeah, indeed. So whoever's in 20th place would not be scoring a point, unfortunately, but it's very crucial to score as much points as you can, as you never know what could happen throughout the whole season. Well, there's only 5 races, so you've got to finish as high as you can in those 5 races because there's not a lot of chances. But the countdown started to tick. No, it's not actually, because yeah, it is now.
It is.
So I think assessing must have been changed, but we should be going very shortly.
It is, definitely. We will be getting going very shortly indeed. Of course, not the traditional manufacturers that you see, the McLarens, the Ferraris. We have got Ferrari Esports driver, though, here tonight, which is going to be very intriguing to see. Let's have a look, though, at the grid that all the teams have forwarded. So, Team Norway are represented by Ite Hazara and Nazke. Again, apologies if any of these pronunciations are wrong. We have done everything in our power to go through this, and if they're wrong, they're wrong. Simple as. I'm Northern, so is Jamie. Deal with it. Kionoli Tour and Enzo in for Team France. And then, oh, that was a notification coming through on your end. Gerino and Taito Hardy in for Team Netherlands, or the F7R team, you could call them as well. Mirko Soriano, the Ferrari esports man, alongside Daniele Parodi for Team Italy. Then Kieran Humphries and Tom Roberts. Tom Roberts actually racing on PC tonight for Team England. Primoz Miklavcic and Jerne Dovzan even for Team Slovenia. See, that was a bit of a tongue twister. Ducci and Fabian Mocksteiner in for Austria. Then Nico Benz and TF10 Skyline in for Team Germany. NLR Keki or KK or Keki or whatever he likes to pronounce his name as these days. Sapala alongside him for Team Finland. And then Tudi and Bogdan Moldovan the same lineup as last week, of course, in terms of the qualifiers. That is a stacked and packed grid. As we get, of course, in towards qualifying, Jamie. It should be interesting. Mirko Soriano, probably the big name out of them all, but we've got, also alongside him, PSF1 defending champion in Jerry Van Bussel.
Very interesting lineup indeed. We're about to see what happens here in this 80-minute qualifier session and the 33-lap race as well. A bit cloudy out there in the conditions. You don't really see a lot of rain in Spain. Well, you do, but it's not on the F1 games or real life. But hopefully we'll see some dry conditions here, and we can see some drivers coming out on the circuit in their multiplayer cars. So let's see what the initial lap times are going to be in this session. What lap times are you expecting around this track, James?
Honestly, I don't have a clue because I don't think I've done a commentary around here before either, so it's going to be absolutely brand new on me. In terms of Spain, obviously they've got rid of the chicane, so it's going to be around about 3-4 seconds quicker, I would think, in terms of a lap time around here. So we're expecting, what, 113s, 114s on the last game? Probably more like 109s, 110s out on track here tonight, as Mirko Soriano is that first man out on track. Ferrari Esports man, Pro Exhibition finalist, of course, in 2022, and F1 Esports Challengers winner on PC in 2023 as well. Big CV to his name. Former PSF1 champion back in the day on season 31 of PSGL. Big name here for the European Esports Championship. Delighted to have him. Mirko Soriano, the first man out on track. Gonna be interesting to see how the Ferrari Esports man gets on.
Yeah, it is indeed. He's got the kick livery as well in the nicely livered red and white car. So let's see how he gets on. He's coming towards the modified turn 10, I believe it is, as it was a slow speed corner. Now it's a left hand, a sweeping left hander. But they've changed the track a lot to suit the conditions as well. Here in racing, they've changed that little chicane, and now it's just the way MotoGP take it. MotoGP riders do ride on this track as well. And I think he just took out a 100-meter board as well on his way towards there. But he's about to start a flying lap then around this 4.3 kilometer circuit as he rounds the final corner into here where Logan Sargent crashed, I think, back in qualifying. DRS enabled on board with Mirko Soriano as he heads down into turn number 1 then, approaching about 325 kilometers an hour, braking before the 50-meter board, hitting the apex into turn 1 and turn 2. He can use a bit more curve there in turn 2. Now, let's see how he takes this one. Hooks the inside line, picks up a bit of marbles on the entry, doesn't take towards the inside line too much as we flick our way into this right-hander of turn number 4, then hitting the apex, running out wide very nicely, bring it over to the right hand side, braking at the 50-meter board, then down into third, be very patient with throttle there on the exit. But you can see a bit of wheel spin as he uses all the track on the exit. Coming into turn 7 and turn 8 can be a very difficult one, easy to lose the back end and hit the yellow sausage curve as we head into turn 9, flat out through here in these Formula 1 modern day cars, and we're about to approach turn 10 in this modified corner, braking at the 100-meter board, slow it down, hit the apex on the entry. Just be careful with throttle there. You can see the back of the car wanted to step out momentarily as we head into this right hander, a bit like Hungary. You don't want to touch that inside curve at turn 4 like it is in Hungary. Into this post we're going to go, should be flat all the way to the floor. Let's see if he lifts off through here. Nope, stays in 7th gear, a bit of lift off there, a bit of teleportation too. He crosses the line, it goes P1 with a 10.5. Let's see if anybody can beat that.
Yeah, exactly what I was expecting, to be honest, in terms of lap times. Mirko Soriano, though, going quickest. Ducci there going second. He was very good in terms of Austrian qualifying last week. Definitely shocked me in terms of qualifying. Hazard is on a lap time right now. Gerinho on a lap time as well. Taja Hardy to the line, only going 5th. He's behind Kieran Humphries right now, the PC F4 man. But it is Mirko Soriano out on top by 1/10 of a second early on. Just trying to see who might be furthest on lap time as well. Primoz Miklavčić now on the run to the line. Goes third. Formerly Kuka Games, of course, on the PlayStation side on League of Europe. Mirko Soriano, though, still out on top. Ducci second. Then Primoz Miklavčić there in third. Gerinho, or Jerry Van Bussel on the run toward the line. Team Netherlands there going 4th. 10.8 and only 0.05 of a second clear as Daniele Parodi for Team Italy goes quickest now with a 10.571. So 200 clear of his teammate. Team Italy 1-2 right now. That is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, Italian 1-2 there, Daniel ahead of Mirko, but I finally figured out how to up the volume because I had it to phone volume rather than speaker volume. I was wondering why I couldn't hear you. Then I realised there's a speaker option like on a normal phone call, so it took me ages to figure it out, but I should hear you loud and clear now. I had a hard time hearing you, but we're back now. So yeah, that's the times then. Very close between the two Italians, a 10.571 and a 2.592, so that's very close there between the two. And they're first to flying laps. The times will get quicker and quicker as the qualifying session evolves and the track evolves too, with these drivers gaining more confidence and more grip in their beliefs to try and go faster. But yeah, decent lap times from the two Italians. They'll be very pleased with that as their team will be watching.
Yeah, definitely. So Tom Roberts on the run toward the line as well. He's on PC, of course, tonight, formerly of PlayStation, on the run to the line, going 13th position. I believe he had an issue with his Fanatec wheel, as I was mentioning to Jamie just beforehand. So Tom there on PC, 13th position, unlucky for some 11 flat from him. So not too far off Daniele Parodi. It's 0.5 of a second covering the top 13 right now. M. Sapala also in that as well. The top 14 covered by less than 5/10 of a second. Nazca is the 20th man out on track, and he is for Team Norway, not 10 lap time so far. He's just came out of the pit lane. So Team Norway trying something different. We saw Daniel Keltsen, of course, for the Veloce Academy man there last week in terms of qualifiers. He really drove well. Out-qualified, I think, just behind Taito Hardy, and out-qualified actually Jucci there in 4th position. So we should see some really good qualifying out on track here tonight. But it's Daniele Parodi currently leading the way. Marco Soriano in 2nd. Keanu Leotold in 3rd. Nazca is out for his next run. Mirko Soriano is desperate to get some airtime. We did not pay him to get the airtime, put it this way. But he's there in P2. Keanu Leotold just behind him by about 1/10 of a second. But Mirko Soriano, fresh out of the pit lane. This is a track, though, Jamie, that you can get 4 runs at. And I think Mirko is definitely trying to make that now plausible and trying to get 4 runs in.
Yeah, just in case if he makes mistakes with his 1 or 2 laps he does. Like, it's not like Belgium, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, those tracks where it's quite long and there's no room for error. The maximum can do about 3 or 4, but this track is quite short, like Austria too, where he can get the runs in, and Hungary. So if he does make a mistake on one of his laps, he's always got the extra time to do it, unless he's got the fuel. But I think he's got the fuel aboard. As you can see, braking and accelerated, just burning down the fuel there, and he's only 200 away from his teammate as well. So let's see how his next qualifying lap progresses, and I can't wait to see, because these are fine margins between all the drivers. From 3rd to 16th, separated by half a second in their opening runs of qualifying. Not much in it between those guys. If you get about 2 or 3 tenths, you can find yourself catapults up the order too. So majority of them come down the pit lane. I wonder if Mirko Soriano might pick up some traffic on the way there, because he did come out relatively early in comparison to others to just get that run in. But he's approaching the final 2 corners now to start his 2nd lap time. We'll see what the Italian can do, whether he can better his own lap time or try and take Paul away from his teammate Daniele Parodi in P1.
Definitely so. Nazca, by the way, is halfway through a lap right now as well, coming into the left-hander now, turns 7 and 8, and then uphill in towards turn number 9. Pretty much flat out this corner, then coming through in towards turn number 10 at the end of this middle sector. We'll see what Nazca is setting. Should be around Tom Roberts sort of area, 50.2, so about 3/10 off Tom Roberts in that middle sector, so should be going toward the bottom end of the field, I would think, as he now comes through Bank Sabadell at turn number 12, and then on towards turn 13, and indeed the final corner at turn number 14. Team Norway, with Daniel Keltsen, of course, racing E-Series tonight, is not available, so Nazca having to fill in very late, as he now is on the run toward the line to 1:11.3, goes slowest out of everyone, as Taito Hardy there has left the session. Hopefully we can get him back in soon enough. So Mirko Soriano, though, was on a lap 600 down in the first sector. His middle sector split is 400 down, so he's found a little bit of time, but still down on his current lap time. His personal best, of course, of 1:10.592, as now the Alfa Romeo, as now the Team Italy man even coming up the hill in towards turn number 12, now through turn 13, and then in towards 14, just backed off that. I don't think he was happy with that, to be honest, coming through there. He's backed off into the pit lane. Do not blame him. Daniele Parodi just starting on his lap as well. Jucci down on his lap. Primoz Miklavcic is currently down on his lap, and looks like Joe Van Bussel's going to go again. Somebody that is, though, on a lap, though, Jamie, is Kieran Humphreys for Team England. Coming through the right-hander at turn number 10. OP Silly Sly Guy back in the days. He now comes in towards the left-hander of turn number 10, and a 49.7 in the middle sector, 2/10 up from Kieran.
Yeah, can he improve on that? That'll gain her about P5 or P6, depending if he can find more time in the last sector. With a few cars getting out of the way, I did see some cars jockeying for position there as they tried to get out of the way of others, not hitting the other people on their slow laps, that they made mistakes themselves. But here we are, Team England across the line. It's P3 late lap time, 10.6 there, and he improved quite a lot in that last sector too, almost by 3/10.
Primo's on the run to line as well, going 4th position, 1500ths of a second behind him. Keanu Leotold's just starting up on a lap there. Jucci going for another run. Yurnay there going 7th as well. Joe Van Bussel's not on a run, as I've mentioned. Daniele Parodi, though, goes even quicker with a 1:10.507. So very good lap time there by the Team Italian man. Still 1-2 right now. Or as we ride on board with Nico Benz, absolutely nearly catching that curb. Coming through turn number 2 and 3, he's got dirt on the tyres, so that's going to now put him on the back foot, and he's already a 10th down in that first sector as Bogdan Moldovan goes 2nd position. The former PCF2 man back in the day, he's going into 2nd position for Team Romania, so Romania up there early on, but it's Italy 1st and 3rd, Romania 2nd, and their other driver, Tudi, down in 11th position right now, so not great from Tudi's perspective. Very good for Bogdan Moldovan, though. Going 2nd, he's got his good old rival, Daniele Parodi, just ahead of him, out on track, as we'll ride on board with the Frenchman Keanu Leotold, of course, part of that French qualifying lineup last week for Team France. Now comes through the right-hander at turn number 13, then through the right-hander at turn number 14, but he was down in the middle sector and he is backed off his lap.
Yeah, shame for him there. But Enzo has just crossed the line to put his car into P9 there, and he slots in just behind the WO driver in P8. But yeah, quite a lot of people on their laps I've seen are making quite a few mistakes. So on their second or third attempts, a lot of mistakes have been shown, and we still got the last few laps to do it as well. So just like Mirko Soriano, who's coming out the pit lane right now, so he's going for those runs there. I'm on board with Tudi in P12. All the back of the car stepping out there as he exited turn 10. Just too much throttle and just had a massive oversteer, unfortunately. So might have lost him a bit of time there, unfortunately. I hope Tycho Hardy is back in the pit lane, back in the session at least, because he did lag out earlier on in this session. The majority of drivers in the pit lane then as they completed their second or third attempts. And I believe, where is he? I think he just crossed the line to go somewhere. The driver I was on board with earlier on, but I can't quite seem to find him now. But yeah, there it is then. Mirko Soriano out early in comparison to the rest of them, and he's about to go for another flying lap time, his third flying lap time of the session.
Yeah, he is indeed. I swear we're not biased towards Mirko Soriano, by the way. He's just the first man out on the track, which is why we're riding on board with him. Coming down the hill in towards turn 1, then through the left-hander of turn number 2. But that is not how a Ferrari Esports driver behaves coming through turn number 2. Cutting over the gravel there. Made a mistake coming through the corner. That is a very rare mistake as well from Mirko. I'm used to seeing him, of course, on PCF1. And he does a fantastic job over there. Jerry Van Bussel has left the session as well, so hopefully he can get back in very soon indeed. They might be having frame rate issues potentially. We'll see what Team Netherlands are going to say with that. But Daniele Parodi out on top, Bogdan Moldovan second, Mirko Soriano there currently in third. I think TF10 Skyline, if I'm not mistaken, is on a lap right now. The newcomer to TF10, formerly, I think, of course, of part of VIR back on the PlayStation days. He's now coming through the right-hander of turn number 9 in towards now the left-hander turn number 10, and he is up in the middle sector, so 900 up in that middle sector from TF10 Skyline, looking very, very strong indeed. Daniele Parodi, though, still out on top. Bogdan Moldovan second, Mirko Soriano in third. Scott Evans wide coming through turn number 12. Nicely on the curve, though, through 13. Now in towards turn number 14. Let's see what Team Germany can do. Nico Benz currently in 12th position for them. Skyline on the run to line goes 15th, so not bad. Currently a qualifying Tycho Hardy. Fabian Marksteiner, though, there in 17th position. Not looking too bad either. Daniele Parodi, though, still out on top. And Team Italy still holding sway.
Yeah, with the Romanian of Bogdan in the way in P2 there, splitting them up. But Hazara went into P10 when Skyline crossed the line in P15 then. So Team Norwegian currently in P10. And what about Naske? What can he do down there in P20? He's currently on a flying lap, I think, going towards turn 7, 8, and 9. And he takes it very nicely through. They're carrying a lot of speed to go with it too. As we enter the fast right-hander, then flatter in these Formula 1 day cars, it's quite sensational how they can take lap times. 3 tenths up in this middle sector, so that's good for him. And where could this lap time put him? Let's see if he can try and get more time in this last sector as we approach this right-hander. The look-alike of Hungary at a turn number 4, approaching this penultimate corner now, which is easy flat, and also this final corner. See some people lift off, but I think it's flat out nowadays as well as he crossed the line.
As I was on board with Jucci there, sorry to cut you off there, Jamie, but Jucci has just crashed, coming through the left-hander turn number 7 and 8, and he's got caught on the outside curb. Was looking good through the first sector, but Jucci, sadly, down there in 7th position. Not the best start from him in his session, and Team Austria definitely going to be behind the 8 ball. By the way, I'm just going to cut to the starting screen just while I invite Tycho and Jerry. But you will have radio commentary from Jamie Morris.
Oh, big pressure on me then. So, majority of drivers are in the pit lane, just waiting for their final runs of the qualifying session. I can see some teams getting ready to wheel some drivers out and get them out of the track. But we've only got one driver out there, which is Naske, who's currently in P10. He's just completed a lap time to go into P10, just replace his Norwegian compatriot too, to go P10. And Hazara is currently in P11 too. So, both of them very close lap times as we're just waiting for drivers to rejoin the session and also be back out on the track as well. We've got Nico Benz, who's currently out on the track right now, followed by, I think, which is Naske, who's currently coming towards penultimate corner and finally in the pit lane. Tudi's out there as well, and Nico Benz is one of the first drivers out there. They're currently in P13 with a time of a 10.8, I think it is. as I'm looking at the wrong graphic there. Yes, it is a 10.8, and Tom Roberts is out there too for Shazoo, representing England, as Kieran Humphries is currently in P4, as the two Italians are P1 and P3, with Bogdan in P2 there, representing Romania, and Kieran Humphries in P4. And Nico Benz then coming towards the turn 7 and turn 8. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in qualifying. We're going to see a mad dash out of the pit lane, and hopefully no more drivers leave the session as well, because we've still got a problem with crossplay when we had lag spikes jumping back and forth. But James, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back, and Taja Hardy and Jerry Van Bussel are both in the session, which is very good. Hopefully they're not getting frame rate issues or anything, otherwise we might have to restart the lobby, and of course they will qualify in the same positions that they are. But Taja Hardy is on track, so is Jerry Van Bussel, and they look absolutely fine on my end. Obviously it's different on the driver's end, but they look fine on my end for now. We're on board with Nico Benz, formerly known, of course, as PSR Nick. He's coming through the right-hand return number 12 at Bank Sabadell, and we'll see what Nico Benz will do. Ben's is saying in the chat, why don't you show us your friends list? I don't want anybody spying on the friends list. I mean, you'll only see these guys on EA and in the same lobby anyways. But Nico Benz, formerly PSL Nick, as Primoz McClavcic has picked out a 5-place grid penalty for an illegal blocking, which means regardless of if Jerry Van Bussel and Taja Hardy now have frame rate issues, we will be restarting the lobby as a result. Nico Benz, though, coming to the right hand at turn number 3, as I say, formerly PSL Nick, back in the day, formerly part of Paradox Sim Racing, I believe he's now part of Novus Racing, as he now comes through the right-hander of turn number 4, and he's looking good as he now comes down in towards Sayat corner at turn number 5. We'll see what the German man can do. It's right on board with him now, coming through the left-hander of turn number 5, in towards 6 and 7, and then in towards the chicane, in fact, of turn 7 and right-hander of turn number 8, and we'll see what Nico Benz can do, running up the hill in towards turn number 9. Nicely done, coming through turn 9, in towards turn number 10. He's got a low fuel run going on as well, and his middle sector is a 49.9, so he's up by a 10th in that middle sector, slightly quicker than Tom Roberts, I think, as well, in that middle sector. Speaking of Tom, he's on a lap along with Kieran, Primoz McClavcic, Keanu Leotold. They're all on lap times right now, but Nico coming now through even, turn 13 and 14, as the German now comes on the run to the line. DRS now enabled to the line, goes 6th ahead of Keanu Leotold, and he's set the purple final sector out of everyone.
Great from the German driver there, currently in P6, and 2D4 TF10 goes into P5. I said TF10, I meant to say Romania, and he joins his compatriot there too, who's currently in P2. He's actually in the pit lane, is Bogdan, and Sky9 has left the session. We're getting some more frame rate issues as well, unfortunately, but we're coming towards the dying stage of qualifying. Then we've got Daniel Parodi, who's coming towards the final corner, 400s up in the middle sector. Can he improve? Kieran Humphries at P5. Here comes Daniel.
Oh, yeah.
Goes quicker with a 10.4. Can anybody try and beat him? What about Keanu Leotold has got into P2 there. It's 10.5 for him.
However, Mirko Soriano might have something to say about this. Keanu Leotold, as you mentioned, going second, but Mirko Soriano's got something to say about this. He's 700s up in the middle sector, now coming through the final corner where we made that slight mistake. Now through the right-hand return number 14, Mirko Soriano. Is it going to be a Team Italy 1-2 either way? Yes, it is, as Mirko Soriano goes second, and he's only 400ths of a second off Daniele Parodi. Anybody else there on a lap? Sapala's down by 0.5 of a second, and he comes towards the line. Hazara's 300 tops, so could get up the field, but possibly behind Jone Dovzan as it stands. He goes 8th, goes ahead of Taja Hardy. Big lap time in from Hazara. 2D is down on the lap time. I think Nico Benz is also done in terms of a lap time, as is Nazca. That is the end of European esports qualifying, and it is Daniele Parodi out on top, Mirko Soriano in second, Keanu Leotold in third. It is Team Italy domination so far, pretty much like outplayed racing and WR Legacy Division until the final round of the championship last night. I have to do that, Benza. I'm absolutely sorry, but Daniele Parodi out on top. Fantastic, fantastic session. As you can see, the drivers leaving. We will be getting that restart.
I've enjoyed that qualifying session too. Italy have done an amazing job 1 and 2. They've been consistent throughout the whole of qualifying really. Daniel Parodi been on pole position majority of qualifying too, and Mirko Soriano getting that final lap time to go into P2 after he was in P5 after validated, I think, or make that mistake at turn 2 as he cuts across it. But yeah, we'll get a lobby restart. 5-second time penalty there, or 5 players per penalty, but that will be removed due to the qualified system not being up to date, as it's different in real life and on the game. The game not acknowledging that it's not illegal, it's not actually blocking, it's just slowing down and making sure that he gets out of the way for other drivers on their laps. But that's incredibly close from like P1 all the way down to P19, separated by half a second. So this is going to make out to be a great race as well. And Italy 1 and 2, they can work the strategy in their favour to try and keep the rest behind.
Definitely so, yeah, definitely so. It's going to be very interesting to see out on track how everything goes on. I am going to leave now the session that we're currently in and get all the invites going on. While you see me doing this on the camera, we can actually run through what is going to be happening out on track in terms of the rest of the season as well. And we'll actually have a look at the calendar because actually this is Jamie's first time, I think, looking at the calendar. He thought tonight was Austria before we were coming into tonight. That was the qualifiers, right? But Spain ran one of the championship, as you can see quite clearly there. And then before Christmas on the 20th of December, so this time next week, it will be Netherlands for round 2 of the championship. Team Netherlands could be striking back with Joe Van Bussel and the likes. Thomas Ronhal we could see make an appearance with F1 Esports now cancelled for the North American Championship event. We could potentially see him there. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Round 3 of the championships after Christmas, and that is, of course, from Italy, the Temple of Speed in Monza. If the PSGL race has anything to go around there, it is going to be very, very good to see. Belgium ran for the championship on the 10th of January, and then we're back home in Silverstone, 17th of January. Reminder, all races so far that we see this season are 8 p.m. UK time. As I am just going to get into the lobby. Meantime, we're going to play an advert from our sponsors, Next Level Racing, who has got this beautiful tray, by the way, that I've got. There is a belt in the way, but you can now see it. Next Level Racing chair. Big thank you to them for sponsoring, of course, everything that has to do with EML, everything to do with the European Esports Championship as well. And of course, drivers getting rigs at the end of the EML season as well. So if you want to get that opportunity, season 6 sign-up time, sure, will be open very, very soon indeed. I will be led to believe they'll be open very, very soon if they are not already. But we're going to go to that advert from Next Level Racing. We'll be back with you in about 30 seconds. Welcome back, everyone. By the way, we are just getting the lobby invites in and invited. I'm literally scrolling through all of my friends list right now to do this. Mr. IRT Indigo, unfortunately, has had to leave because his phone is dying, and with Discord running in the background, he cannot charge it while Discord is on. I know. We all wanted to see that face reveal tonight, but I promise you it is going to happen next week. I promise you he is going to be back next week as well. But unfortunately, you've got me for the next hour and a bit. So hopefully it's not going to be too bad. Hopefully you can all sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride of what is to come. And hopefully get some really good racing while we are at it as well. We will, though, get the drivers out on track very soon indeed. I am just literally inviting every single person that I have got on my friends list right now just so we can get them in. And then they can invite their teammates in. It'll be a lot quicker if they have got them already added on PC. So, while we do that, I am going to go back on mute, and I will be back with you probably in the next few minutes or so. Welcome back, everyone, to WR to EEC, the European Esports Championship. We are here and waiting for 3 drivers to join the lobby. It is Mr. Tom Roberts, it is Mr. Kieran Humphreys, and it is Mr. There is Tom, who's just joined the lobby, and we're waiting for Kieran. I think we're waiting on Fabian Marksteiner as well to join the lobby, and then we are pretty much all good to go in terms of the session. Kieran has now joined, so we're just waiting on Fabian to join, and then we're pretty much good to go, which means you get to see my lovely face once again. As I said just beforehand, Jamie has escaped quite literally out of the commentary box. His phone sadly is dying, so unfortunately we're not going to be hearing any more from him. Unfortunately, though, you've got to now bear with me for the next hour and probably 15 minutes or so out on track. So hopefully it's not going to be too bad. Hopefully we get some racing going on out on track. Fabian is in the lobby, so pretty much now good to go. We just need the lobby getting set up in terms of the settings as well. In fact, actually, just while we're on the subject of settings, I'm going to turn us back on to the capture card. That is my lovely the livery design that I've got going on there. But we are going to check the settings right now live on stream, just to make sure everything is okay, just for the benefit of the admins as well, and the benefit for everyone, just to make sure nobody is cheating or whatever. So we've got invite, all welcome, F1 World Car full and off, that all seems good. All assists are off, of course, because apart from manual gearbox. And then we've got AI difficulty on 80s, track of Spain, of course. And then it's long because we haven't got any qualifying. It's custom grid, and that custom grid is being set up right now. It is light cloud, midday, and approximate. It looks like it was going to be a dry in terms of the weather, so light cloud has been selected as a result. On, strict on, immersive, reduce, immersive, off, off. Yep, that all seems good to me. On non-realistic, hard, manual, surface and carcass, on, standard, on, disabled, enabled. Yeah, so I think only apart from the weather, if the weather is like cloud, I think everything is good to go in terms of the settings. There you go. And there, just as we speak of it, drivers are now beginning to ready up in the lobby. They are absolutely impatient, but hopefully the drivers out on track are going to deliver some really good racing out on track as well. Big hello to everyone that is tuning in, 43 of you who might be coming from PSGL E-Series. I believe that is just ending right now. Benza going for 1-2 for Team Italy. Ron is asking me who is going to win tonight. Looks all in favour right now of Team Italy, doesn't it? Daniele Parodi and Mirko Soriano have got it all at their feet right now. But it is Spain. Where there is Spain, there is pain. It's normally living on the plains. But you never know what is going to happen around here. First race, of course, out on track is 1991. Nigel Mansell won around here in the Williams-Renault. Yes, Williams had a partnership with Renault back in the day in 1991, 6 years before I was born. If that's going to make you feel any older or younger than what current age you are, that is 6 years before I was born. So hopefully it's not going to be too bad. But Ron, I'm going to answer your question quite literally and say I think Team Italy pretty much got this. I think Daniele Parodi is going to take the win, however. So Daniele will win. I think we're going to see very good qualifying potentially from Bogdan Moldovan. I think he's going to go second. And in third, I'm going to go for, and he's probably going to kill me for this, Primoz Miklavčić for third for Team Slovenia. Swoopy there in the chat saying Slovenia 1-2 on the nearest wall. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully they are all fine. Hopefully, though, we can get going out on track very soon indeed. And as you can tell, it is light cloud. It is going to be dry in terms of the session, so hopefully everything is going to go according to plan. All the settings were good. We checked all the settings through. Everything was all good. And hopefully, as I say, the drivers can go out on track very soon indeed. And yes, unfortunately, Mr. Tom Roberts, if he is listening to us on the stream, yes, I am, unfortunately, solo now because my co-commentator's phone has died. Unfortunately, rest in peace, Jamie's phone. Hopefully it is back and revived next week in terms of the battery. But you've got me for the solo commentary, and hopefully everything is going to go out on track according to plan. It is crossplay. Things can go wrong. It's our first time trying it, certainly here in EML. Hopefully, though, it's going to be good. Ron saying in the chat, Keki will get top 5. He always gets top 5 where he starts from nowhere. Proven proven 2 nights ago in PSGL. But regardless, 5 red lights now going out here in the European Esports Championship. Round 1, and it is lights out and away we go. And Daniele Parodi gets a good start. Mirko Soriano, though, is going to be drawn alongside. Down in towards turn number 1. Kiana Leotor back in the slipstream there. of the Italian, running down in towards turn number 1. Bogdan Moldovan around the outside, trying to get both of them through turn number 1. He's side by side with Mirko, going through turn 1. Everyone is clean through. I think in the background, Nazca and Sapala have been in an incident, so Nazca dropped off track, and then Sapala has dropped off track there as well. But Daniel Parodi leads, and it's 4 wide almost in towards turn number 4 as Bogdan Moldovan gets shoved out there by Kieran Humphreys, and now Primoz Miklavčić getting on the outside line. Bit of frame rate issues, bit of desync going on there as well. I think Tudi and Nazara are inside of each other, coming through the left-hander there at turn number 5. But Daniel Parodi leads the way. Mirko Soriano in second. Primoz Miklavčić there on the back of Keanu Leotold there for third. The possible race strategies on. There's a huge crash in the wall. Enzo and Ducci there in the wall, and the VSC deployed. VSC deployed out on track early on. Not surprising given the harshness and the aggressiveness of the racing early on. Daniele Parodi leads, Mirko Soriano in second, Italian 1-2 off the start. Now, looks like we're getting a full safety car out on track. So, full safety car out on track will be deployed. And at the end of lap 1, Daniele Parodi leads the way, Mirko Soriano in second, and Keanu Leotold there in third position as it stands. But drama early on, and quite a few for the field. We'll have a look down, actually, who has escaped the major damage. I think Jerry Van Bossel has certainly escaped the damage there. Not has Keki. Keki is into the pipe lane, maybe to change in terms of the compound of tyre. We'll get everything up in terms of the telemetry and the tyres right now. He is on a sort of hard compound of tyres, and in fact, the bottom 6 are in. Yone Dovzan even there, getting in 14th position. He just about survived that. Somebody that didn't know, Fabi Moxana, he's in the pit lane early on. So is Ducci for Austria. So both Austrian drivers are into the pit lane. Both Finnish drivers are in the pit lane, and Keki and Sapala. And we've got one for Team Norway and Nazca, and one for Team France and Enzo into the pit lane there as well. But Daniele Parodi leads the way at the end of lap 1 in the European Esports Championship round 1 here in Spain. Mirko Soriano there in second, and Keanu Leotold there in third. I mean, it was to be expected, let's be honest. Contact around here in Spain always happens, no matter what platform you're on. Always was going to happen. We'll have a look at the position changes, actually, while we're underneath the safety car. Many position gains, no more so than the man who you might have saw on a set of soft compound tyres. That man there for Team Germany. TF10 Skyline is in 10th position, behind his TF10 teammate, in fact, in 2D. So that's going to be an interesting one to look at. Of course, Xbox against PlayStation going on for 9th and 10th position. Tom Roberts has gained 4 positions, 3 gained for Jerry Van Bossel, 2 gained for Keki, 3 gained for Fabian Marksteiner, 2 gained for Sapala, and also position gains up the field from Tycho Hardy gaining 2, and Primoz Miklavčić gaining 1. Most positions lost, however, Enzo, after that dramatic start, he was one of the drivers, I think, in the wall in the background, coming out at turns 7 and 8, and he's down at the back of the field after losing 10 positions off the race start. So unfortunately there, for the Frenchman, he's down there toward the back end of the field, and of course his teammate, Keanu Leotold, is there in third and loving life right now in the Alpine livery. End of lap 2 though, underneath the safety car after that big contact coming through turns 7 and 8 and Ducci ending up in the wall, I think with Enzo, if I'm not mistaken. They're just having a bit of a chop and change. Enzo's into the pit lane, in fact, so I wonder if he's going maybe a one stop. He was on a set of softs, he could go a set of hards potentially to the end. 30 laps on the set of hards are definitely going to be impossible though around a track like this with very high tyre wear compared to normal. It is a set of hard compound tyres going on, so Enzo might try and make it to the end of the race. If there is no breaks, of course, in the race, Enzo could try and make it to the end. I think it will be pretty much nigh on impossible though for him to make it without getting the famous P word around here, and that is puncture. And Enzo might have that towards the end of the race. But Daniele Parodi leads the way. Mirko Soriano there in second, Keanu Leotold there in third. Right now, as it stands, I did put Bogdan Moldovan in for second. Not looking too bad in terms of my prediction. Daniele Parodi out on top. Primoz there in fourth. Bogdan there in fifth. Plenty of race still to go. Benza, by the way, saying in the Discord that James Solo versus squads. I'm not a Fortnite player, unfortunately. Don't ever intend to be either. Probably going to be the worst carrier ever in Fortnite history, and indeed in Call of Duty and all of those games that you can shoot people on. But this is more my forte. It's Formula 1, it's the European Esports Championship, and it is round 1 here in Spain. On lap 3 out of 33, safety car coming in this lap. So Daniele Parodi now, the virtual Bert Malander. He is now the virtual safety car, and he's got to control this now, the pace as it stands. Coming through the left-hander now, turns 10 and 11. And we'll see where Daniela Parodi normally goes. Normally, from my experience around here, you would tend to go in between turns 13 and 14, just before the pit lane entry, just before the safety car line as well. And I think that's where Daniela will probably go. Maybe even in towards turn 13. This is where I tried to do it in my league race around here in League of Europe. And in the end, didn't end up winning, unfortunately. But still, anything can happen around here. Daniela Parodi now coming out of turn 13 and goals and floors the throttle even. Coming now through the right hand of turn 13, now through the right hand of 14 at New Holland Corner. Daniela Parodi now leads the way. There's a bit of a change up in the field. Skyline's passing Tootie down the straight. I think he realised that he was overtaken before the start-finish line. I'm not sure if that was before the start-finish line, but he is side-by-side with Tootie, running down in towards turn number 1. He gets the job done. Nico Benz and Jerry Van Bussel are side-by-side as well, coming through turn number 1. Team Netherlands against Team Germany. How would we like to see this one? Perhaps a Euro final back in the day as he runs off track there. Jerry Van Bussel and Jone Dovza now get up the inside line into turn number 4. He's up into P13. So nice job there from Jone. A little bit of lag going on potentially. As I say, it's to be expected here in crossplay. But Daniela Parodi leading the way. Mirko Soriano in second, but is defending very hard. And he's actually defending so hard that he's left the session. So Mirko Soriano has left the session. Hopefully we can get him back in. In fact, I'm going to try and get him back in. I haven't actually got him invited. So Mirko's going to have to rely on his teammate potentially in terms of getting an invite here. I don't have him actually on EA. So he has to accept my friend request if he wants one. And unfortunately for him, he's down there in 7th position. It can happen to anyone. He is dropping down the field as he's in AI mode. But Daniela Parodi leading the way. Kiona Leotold there in second. Then it's Primoz Miklavcic now in third as a result. And hopefully the racing will continue on as we go along as well. The lobby potentially is unstable, according to Mirko, according to Matteo even. And I definitely agree with that. It definitely looks a little bit unstable for our liking. As Skyline runs down the inside of turn number 1 on Hazara. Gets the job done. He's through and he's into 7th. Hazara there in 8th. Tudi there in 9th. We'll just go mute for a second, just while I deal with an issue with Matteo and Mirko Soriano. I will be back in a second. And there we are back, and not many position changes up and down the field. Jone Dovzan even on the back of Tom Roberts, running out through the left-hander, or the right-hander even of turn number 9, then to the left-hander of turn number 10. Oh, as he goes for the move down the inside line. Team Slovenia against Team England, down the inside line. Goes the WR Esports man, Team Jesus. Tom's definitely got to not be happy with that one. But Jone Dovzan there through, and he's into 10th, and Tom Roberts there down in 11th position. My TV's going to turn itself off, which would be absolutely brilliant if it doesn't. But we're going to invite him. You will see me invite him right about now. Hopefully he is showing on my friends list. I'm just going to scroll through endlessly until we find a wild Mirko Soriano to invite. This is getting done live on stream because I can't be bothered to try and turn. Where is he? I can't find him anywhere. Yeah, I can't find him, unfortunately. He has added me, apparently, but I can't find him. So that's going to be very entertaining as we go through. As Toucher Hardy is side-by-side with Kieran Humphries go back on board, coming out through the right-hander of turn number 5, and then into the left-hander of turn number 6. And we'll see what Kieran Humphries can do. Back up on the inside line. Toucher Hardy on the outside line. The hard compound tyres definitely come into play, with Skyline on the set of softs right in behind. They're still side-by-side coming through this part of the track. Toucher Hardy again side-by-side, Kieran Humphries side-by-side as well. Run up the hill and towards turn number 9, and that is job done there for Toucher Hardy, and that is a crash for Sapala, and that's another safety car. Safety car deployed out on track. Sapala there retires from the session. Skyline, I think, has left the session there as well. Mirko Soriano is there down in P19. I think Hayes' car is still in AI mode, but hopefully everything will go according to plan. The lobby looks a little bit unstable. My first commentary pretty much on crossplay lobbies on this game as well. Daniel Parodi leading the way, Kiana Leotold in second, Primoz Miklavcic there in third. Safety car now deployed out on track as Skyline has managed to rejoin. I will quickly and have a check and see if Mirko Soriano is once again on my friends list. It might be the case where I just have to do a slight refresh on my friends list and then he can show on this end. If not, unfortunately, it's not going to be an invite for Mirko, and I would love to see him race. I really would. Hopefully, though, he can get back in very soon indeed. As, yeah, he's not showing on my friends list, but hopefully we can. Fabian Markson has now left the session as well, so there is quite a lot of going on here in terms of the lobby. Not sure what is going to be happening in terms of this race moving forward, but there's quite a lot of instability in terms of this lobby right now, so hopefully we can go through the 33 laps. Hopefully it will not go through. Hopefully we will go through full race distance. And yeah, it is just the way crossplay is dealt with. We are on a PC host as well, so it is not ideal. But there has been pit stops while I was doing that. Taja Hardy, Kieran Humphries, Hazara, Yannick Dobzan, Keki, Jerry Van Bossel, Nico, Tom Roberts, Nazke, and Enzo all into the pit lane. So 10 drivers in the pits. 9, unfortunately, not in the pit lane. They are staying out and risking another safety car, which I think around this track going to be very, very likely indeed. Yeah, unfortunately, can't invite Marco Soriano. Daniel Parodi is in front, though, and he can now invite him in, because we are on the safety car. I think leave could be given for him to bring him into the session, if he really wants to. And I think, with his AI clicking up there, might just be the case, as he will try and join the session. But Daniele Parodi in the way, Kiana Leotold second, Primoz Maklavčić there currently in third as it stands. Hopefully, as I say, the race will go according to plan. There is Marco Soriano. He has joined the session. Daniele Parodi, I think, inviting him in, which is always good to see. And we can get another lap going on the safety car. Fabian Markstone, I think, left the session as well, so I will invite him in. Not sure if anybody else did. Sapola's definitely left the session after crashing, though, out on track. I will go through my friends list once again, just to invite Fabian in if he is around and showing online. And then that'll be him in terms of the Justice. But he has actually just gone offline. So, unfortunately, Fabian Marksteiner, I think he's just restarting his game. Hopefully, he's got a spare invite. If he has, he will be able to get back in the session. Oh, anyways, lap 8 out of 33. Daniele Parodi leading the way. Kiana Leotold in second. Primoz Maklavčić there in third. We'll see in terms of the drivers how everything is going to go on. Fabian, by the way, is in 8th position right now, so he is in AI mode, I believe, in 8th position. There he is. You can just prove that now on the screen, on the stream. Juchi is just ahead of him as Nazke has got a 5-second penalty for crossing the pit lane exit white line, and that's coming on the exit of the pit lane there. So that will be a POV, potentially induced penalty coming his way if found. He was around no one, so he might get away with that, to be honest. But Nazke there down at 19. Team Norway is also other driver in Hazara is P12. Technically, though, because he's on a set of mediums, is a net P3 when everyone ahead, of course, decides to come into the pit lane. Keep me entertained, by the way, in the comment section. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all keeping me, or will keep me entertained in the comment section, as we are here on lap 8 out of 33 for the European Esports Championship round number 1. As I say, 10 teams fighting out, 10 nations fighting it out on track, all for the prize, all for the supremacy of being the best nation, of course, in Europe. A brilliant idea thought about, hosted, of course, by EML, and now we are going to go on for this final run. It is Daniele Parodi, though, leads the way from Kiana Leotold, second, Primoz Maklavčić there in third, as we now go back to green flag racing very, very shortly indeed. I will try and get Fabian in if we can. But Daniel Parodi coming now through the right-hander of turn number 13 will floor the throttle, probably on the exit of the corner right about now. Hasn't gone just yet. Now he goes halfway through the corner, and now he goes. There's a bit of a gap left out actually in behind with Marco Soriano and Taja Hardy, but Daniel Parodi there leads the way down the straight in towards turn 1. Kiana Leotold's going to chase him down. Marco Soriano, though, is already through on Fabian Markstone, and that's an AI, of course, getting overtaken. And Marco Soriano now back through, and he's into 8th, and actually letting them back through, it seems, in towards turn 1, and Taja Hardy to the inside line gets them both. So Taja Hardy back through, and he's into 8th. Marco Soriano there in 9th. Kieran Humphries there in 10th. In the mid-pack as we come through. Yannick Dobzan right on the back of Hazara as well. Fabian Markstone, as I say, losing pitch throughout the field. Daniele Parodi, though, leading the way. Big snap of oversteer, though, from Yannick Dobzan. Has a huge snap, and there is Jerry Van Bossel to the outside line of him. There's a yellow flag. I'm not sure who that might have been for. Might have been Kieran Humphries, who was dropped through the field. Down in 19th position, maybe a little bit of contact there as well. But Yannick there in 12th position, right on the back of Jerry Van Bossel as it stands out on track. Lap 9 of 33. Daniele Parodi leads. Kiana Leotold in second, Primoz Maklavčić there in third as it stands. And there, looking for the inside line, actually is Taja Hardy. Netherlands against Austria in terms of this battle. Nicely done by Taja. He's through and he's into 7th, looking very, very good. On that sort of medium compound tires, carving his way through the field, the former PSF1 champion back in the day. We'll see what Rudy can do, of course, out on track. Or formerly Talent Factory Rudy, of course, now part of F7R Esports. He runs down the straight on the back of Tootie. Tootie, though, on the back of Skyline, running in towards turn 1. Skyline's actually going to go for the move potentially and Bogdan Moldovan. Doesn't get the job done, though, in towards turn number 1. Joe Van Bossel to the outside line of Hazara, and I think Hazara actually gets the job done there. So Team Norway through, and he's into 10th with Hazara. Then Joe Van Bossel in 11th, Nico Benz there in 12th, Yannick Dovzan there in 13th, Tom Roberts 14th, and Endel there in 15th as it stands right now. Out on track, Daniel Parodi looking strong out in front, has got a little bit of fighting to do, because Kiana Leotold, even, if I can get my words out and my K's out, Kiana Leotold in second. The Frenchman is doing a fantastic job with Sacha Hardy again, carving his way through the field. It is Hardy on Tootie, and in the end, Hardy gets the better of Tootie. Both, of course, racing WR Console Tier 1. Back in the day, Tootie having a bit of a lag spike there through turn number 9, puts him now under pressure from Marco Soriano to the inside line, and there goes the Italian to the inside on. The Ferrari Esports man surely going to be through the PSF1 champion in season 31. He is through and he's into 8th position. Marco Soriano through, now Joe Van Bossel's trying to lean on there on the back of Azara. Back through the inside of turn number 13, you have Cajones coming through that corner, and Joe Van Bossel, the PSF1 defending champion, is through and he's into 10th position. Of course, PSGL, PSF1 champion, as Taija Hardy now sets his sights on Scarline running down the straight, and Scarline is in front of him rather than behind as Taija Hardy to the inside line of turn number 1 gets the job done. Nice racing in the end, and Taija Hardy through, and he's into 5th, and he's looking very, very strong at this stage of this race. Javan Bossel as well, hunting on the back of Jucci. Jucci there in 9th position, qualified very well, of course, for Austria in the qualifiers event last week. Out of qualifying night even last week, where Soriano's now got another sight on Tootie to the inside line of the Xbox man, the sole Xbox man out on track tonight. Marco Soriano though makes light work of him. Through and he's into 7th. Nice helicopter cam for Boot as well. Nico Benz and Jucci side by side. Germany and Austria, they absolutely hate each other in terms of countries. Hate each other in terms of that as well, in terms of the battle. Jucci there in 11th. Nico Benz there remaining in 12th. And I think Tom Roberts and Azara might have got caught up in that. They're going side by side. Jucci and Enzo now side by side as well, just in the foreground. Tom Roberts fights off Hazara for 13th. Absolute manic racing going on out on track right now. Taija Hardy there on the back of Bogdan Moldovan. His next target is now locked on. The Romanian running wide, coming through turn number 14 at New Holland corner, and Taija Hardy's going to make light work down in towards turn number 1. Is Kiana Leotold going to go for the move on the back of Daniele Parodi? Not quite, but it is. Taija Hardy through and he's into 4th, and Bogdan Moldovan there in 5th. Nico Benz moving through on 2D. Everything going on. Very hard if you're a solo commentator like me here tonight, but Tom Roberts now on the back of Jucci trying to get the job done. And now Primoz Miklavčić sets his sights on Kiana Leotold to the inside line. The Team Slovenian man goes, nearly pushes the Frenchman off track. The Frenchman will not be happy with that. Team France are going to be remonstrating there. And Primoz Miklavčić through and he's into 2nd. Taija Hardy in 3rd. Kiana Leotold there in 4th. Absolute manic racing, as I say, throughout the field. Nico Benz side by side now with Joe Van Bossel. Enzo getting involved in this as well. Absolute craziness here in Spain, where the rain normally falls. No rain forecast in the racing tonight as Taija Hardy looks for the move now on Primoz Miklavčić. To the inside, former League of Europe Division 1 rivals back in the day. Taija Hardy through and he's into 2nd. Primoz Miklavčić there in 3rd as Joe Van Bossel is side by side with Skydon. I swear I'm not going to get a break, but that's a lovely move around the outside of Bank Sabadell. Turn number 12, there's a force off wide there by Tootie in the background. He's off in the gravel, but Joe Van Bossel through and he's into 8th, gets the job done. Kiana Leotold now once again on the back of Primoz Miklavčić. Taija Hardy going for the race lead. I am absolutely done. My voice is dry as a bone right now, but hopefully you're enjoying it. If you are, thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, tick that notification bell, of course, if you're brand new to the channel. There's 3 wide in the background. That's Tom Roberts, Jucci, and Jerne Dovzan going side by side. In fact, it's actually Jucci, Kieran Humphreys going side by side. And Jucci there, 13th, comes back in front of Kieran Humphreys, and now he's going to fight him in towards turn number 4. Just about looks the inside line. Austrian and English liveries very, very similar in terms of the car colour. Not similar in terms of the pace, because Kieran Humphreys gets the job done on Jucci's through and he's into 13th, and now Hazara trying to filter through as well. Finally, we can breathe. Taija Hardy leads, Daniele Parodi in 2nd, Primoz Miklavčić there in 3rd. I'm going to take a 30-second break on commentary. I'll be back with you as soon as a battle probably happens, which, knowing my luck, will probably happen in the next 10 seconds, because it might be from Hazara and Jucci to the inside line. Doesn't get the job done. I'll be back there in about 30 seconds. As we're back once again, Nico Benz there now on the back of Marco Soriano running down the straight. The Italian now locked on in terms of this pace. Nico Benz looking very quick on this medium compound tyre pulls the inside line, should be easy enough, and he gets the job done. Does he get the car stopped? Yes, he does. Nico bends through, and he's into sixth. Mirko Soriano there in seventh. PSR Nick, of course, back in the day. Nico bends. Jerry Van Bussen now side by side with Mirko Soriano. These two have had their fair share of battles back in the day on PlayStation, and again having a battle here in European Esports Championship, albeit now both on PC, both on a level playing field. Now to the inside line at turn number 5, and now through turn 6. Doesn't get the job done. Now Endo to the inside line on Jerry Van Bossel, and gets the job done. The former G League man now ahead of the F7L man, and now Jerry Van Bossel there in 9th position. Tom Roberts now on the back of him. He's a good old rival of Jerry Van Bossel back in the day as well. Pulls the inside line. There was barely an English shape gap up the inside line, but there is an F1 shape gap, an F1 World Car shape gap for Tom Roberts. He's through, and he's into 9th. Jerry Van Bossel there in 10th, and now tries to go all the way around the outside of Endo. This will be a very bold move. He can try and pull this off. Doesn't. Tom Roberts there remains in 8th as Tycho Hardy has absolutely gone away out in front. 2.1 seconds the gap. Daniele Parodi second, Primoz Roglic in third, but the guys in the older set of compound tyres, they are going to be fresher come the end of the race, so watch out for them as the race progresses. Tom Roberts passes 2 down the straight, as if Mirko Soriano and Enzo were not even there, to the inside line of turn number 1 again. Jerry Van Bossel forcing the Frenchman off track. Jörg Dovzan now getting through, and he's into 10th, doing a fantastic job out on track. Avatar, my favourite WR console tier 1 man, is there in the chat. Favourite WR Legacy Division man as well. Hope you're doing very well. Freshly from E-Series, I know. But Tycho Hardy there leading the way. 2.4 seconds. Daniele Parodi second. Primoz Roglic in third. Nico Benz on the back of Bogdan Moldovan. Not getting the job done coming through there. Malone saying Tom is peaking. Yeah, he's on PC, remember, Tom, the Shazoo man, formerly, of course, on PlayStation. His Fanatec wheel, I believe, having issue, which is why he's racing on PC tonight. And I'll tell you what, he should stick to PC more often, because he's doing a fantastic job in P7 right now. Nico Benz is in front of him, rather than behind him. Tom is looking pretty good. He's on 8-lap mediums, compared to 14-lap hards for Mirko Soriano in behind. But the negating factor is, the compound tyre, the hards will begin to come into play from around about 12 laps into the stint. So about 3 or 4 laps away from that actually coming into the pits. Malorm also saying that Tom Roberts' PC version is very scary. I agree. I totally agree with him. Knowing how I've commentated on Tom for so long, it's good to see him actually up there and actually getting a bit of luck in this race as well. With Tycho Hardy leading the way, Daniele Parodi in second, Primoz Roglic in third. Given that we had a restart about 20 minutes ago, it's still lap 16 out of 33, but now at the halfway stage, this race is absolutely flying on by. We've even had 2 safety cars in all of this as well. Fabian Marksteiner there in the chat, my no internet version too. Yeah, unfortunately for Fabian, his internet connection going on him, which is why I couldn't find him online, which is why I couldn't invite him back into the session if he was showing online. Ron, though, saying in the chat he's just got load cell brakes, so it takes time till he peaks. Yeah, I think with Fanatec wheels and with the Christmas break coming up, he's going to be more on PC than he is on PlayStation. Speaking of PlayStation, there goes Endo to the outside line of Jörg Dovzan, coming through the right-hander now, turning 12 at Bank Sabadell, and he's through, and he's into 10th position. The Frenchman there looking good, now passing the Slovenian as we get our first pit stop to the runners into the pit lane. Daniele Parodi is in, as is Keanu Leotold, as is Bogdan Moldovan, as is TF10 Enzo. So they're all into the pit lane, the 4 of them. Nazke, by the way, has got a penalty further down the field. I think it is a 3-second penalty, if I'm not mistaken. I'll check that in a second. But Keanu Leotold into the pit lane, one of the first runners in for a set of mediums. Comes out right behind Daniele Parodi. He's come out closer, actually, to Bogdan Moldovan. He's there in 15th position. But there is Skyline, who's got a big undercut going on. And Skyline there through, and he's into 15th. Fabian is asking me if I can invite him. I will do this while we ride on board with Skyline in the background. I will try and see if he's back online and see if we can get him back into the session. Again, you can now enjoy the scrolling through my friends list right now. Hopefully it will be a lot smoother going through into next week. Fabian is not showing online for me. I'll just give this a quick refresh. Might show up. Oh, there we go. 99 could be now on. Hopefully he is, and we can get him back into the session. He's a little bit further down the field. As Mirko Soriano again has left the session. We're going to get Fabian in as well. So hopefully that is all going to be fine for Fabian. But might need another invite going the way of the man from Italy. From Mirko Soriano's perspective, that's the second time that he has gone do the championship. Avatar mentioned in the chat, how many names have there been in F1 Championship? There's been so many. Absolutely so many. Whether it's PlayStation, whether it's Xbox in terms of 2D from WR, whether it's on PC, then yeah, it is absolutely phenomenal. And everyone's in a real sense. And yes, crossplay is not really working right now in terms of the lobby, in terms of the stability. I'm sure we will fix on it. I'm sure there is a way that we can fix it. I will try and get Merkel though into the lobby very soon. I believe he has added me, so we will see if we can get him invited in. Now, I didn't see his name showing up online. Again, it might just be a case of where we've actually got to try and get him in. Yeah, he is not showing up for me. I wonder if he's showing up offline. Which is fantastic, because you can't even go through past the first page now, which is absolutely unbelievable. Well done, Cody's. You've really worked this one out. Yeah, Marcus Oriano, I'm afraid, my man, you cannot get an invite off me because you're not showing online. And, oh, there's 3 wide down the straight. Duty absolutely flies past Kieran Humphries and past Bjorn Dovzan in towards turn number 1. And Duty Thuni's into 5th position. Kieran Humphries there and taking Bjorn Dovzan there in 7th. I will just tell Merkel that I am desperately trying to get him into the lobby. But there we are. Well, I have sent Merkel a message. Unfortunately, I can't invite him. It's so bad because the lobby host is racing, and now I'm being relied on in terms of the invites, which takes away your viewership as well in terms of the viewing. Merkel is, I think, going to be showing online. If he is, he's off on a second page, and I can't get on that second page because of how they've idiotically done the main menus. I mean, what's worse, the main menus on this game or F1 Esports? I think F1 Esports, to be honest. But yeah, we will try and get in. If I search his name, that'll be a help. I can actually do that, I think. Give me a second. Hang on. I think I've got a little plan for this. Jerry Van Bossel, Tom Roberts. Tom now going side by side with Nico running down the straight in towards the right-hander now of turn number 1. And that is Tom Roberts soon. He's into 2nd. Tom definitely cooking. Tyja Hardy leading the way. Tom Roberts 2nd. Nico Benz there in 3rd. Jerry Van Bossel in 4th. What is in common with the front 4? Let me know in the comment section. Will I try and find a World Merkel Soriano to invite him back into the pit lane? Leave you with that one while we try and get him in. Hopefully we can. It is, as I say, a little bit of an unpleasant experience, certainly from your end, certainly from the viewer's end as well. Again, I don't think he is showing online for me. He is definitely not there on my end. And because I can only see 100 people for some reason on this end, I can't actually search or anything within the main menu. So it's pretty much bugged over. And that's the joys of being on a PS4. Unfortunately. So yeah, Tyja Hardy leading the way though. Tom Robertson 2nd, Nico Benz there in 3rd, Jerry Van Bossel there in 4th. The front 4 actually are into the pit lane. Jerry Van Bossel staying out. Obviously the mediums can't really last a second stint, so they have to come into the pit lane right about now. Which means Tyja Hardy, Nico Benz, Juji, Tom Roberts all in the pits. Marcus Soriano's AI is also into the pit lane as well. But yeah, I can't search a name or anything on my end, which is a real shame. Hopefully, though, if Daniele Parodi is still going out on track, and if we get a safety car, hopefully Merkel can come back in. Otherwise, he's down in 17th because AI just came in the pit lane as well. But yeah, I am doing literally everything in my power. The 53 of you that are tuning into the stream, thank you very much for tuning in, by the way. You are my absolute Lord God and Saviours right now in terms of the stream. Because otherwise, unless, as I say, anybody else can invite him. If Sapala was still in the lobby, he could have invited him. Fabian Marksteiner as well is in the lobby back. So hopefully we can get Merkel Soriano in before the end of the session. It is a real shame because we know how Merkel is in terms of his pace. We know how it goes. But yeah, there will be certainly, I'm sure, a few words being said about if crossplay works and have a feeling how it will work in terms of the session. Certainly from spectate mode, it normally works fine, as Jerovan Bossel's into the pit lane from the race lead. Peki, Jone Dovzan and Nazke there in second and third, as they will be. As now, Keanu Leotold sets his sights on a wild Italian of Daniele Parodi, running down the straight, in towards turn 1. Team Italy still looking good, though, in the net race lead, but here comes Keanu Leotold to the inside, down in towards turn number 1, and his job done for Keanu Leotold, and he spoonies into the net lead of the race when Keki, Yone Dovzan, and Nazke all decide potentially to come in the pit, and they could stay out there, but I think they'll be coming in the pit lane, so Keanu Leotold is now in the net lead of this race as it stands. Bogdan Moldovan there in 6th, Primoz Moklavčić there in 7th. As I say, my prediction, Daniele Parodi first, Bogdan Moldovan 2nd, Primoz Moklavčić in 3rd, is not looking half bad right now. We are in, potentially, for Mr. James sort of territory. This could be a fantastic start to the European Esports Championship in terms of my predictions and in terms of how the racing has been going. As I say, we are missing action and battles out on track just because we're trying to get drivers in, but it might be the case where we have to revert it back to PlayStation and Xbox, have console-only lobbies, then it runs a lot smoother, and then we still get the same quality of drivers as we normally see on console side. So, I know we don't want to do that, and it's a cosplay championship and all. Might be the only fix, though, in the shorter term, as there's a yellow flag. That's Fabian Marks turning out, and that's a safety car. Safety car deployed out on track. Mirko Soriano, there's your absolute saving grace. Safety car deployed out on track. 23 out of 33. Keki leads. Yone Dovzan in 2nd. Nazke there in 3rd. The only driver actually to come in the pit lane is TF10 Zenzo for France. Oh, as that water is definitely suiting me good in terms of my drink. But Keki leads, Yone Dovzan in 2nd, Nazke there in 3rd, lap 23 out of 33, as I say, myself, James Head, taking you through the action here out on track. Mirko Soriano has joined, thank God for that. Are we now going to see a last to first from him down in 18th position? Wishful thinking, but hopefully we might just see the case. Hopefully we might get to see some good action out on track. But yeah, Keki leading the way, Yone Dovzan there in 2nd. Then it is Nazke then, the Keanu Leotold in 4th, and Daniele Parodi in 5th. Bogdan Moldovan in 6th. Primoz Moklavčić there in 7th. Then it's Sergio Hardy in 8th. Scott on 9th. Hazara ran off the top 10. Tom Robertson 11th with Nico Benz in 12th. Kieran Humphries in 13th. Jucci 14th. Jeremy Bussell there in 15th. And Enzel 16th. 2D 17th. And Mirko Soriano there in 18th position. Probably Mark's on low saying, I am stupid. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes in terms of the racing, in terms of being out on track. And things like this can and will happen. Incidents can and will happen out on track as everyone seems to be filtering into the pit lane. Bar that man there! Tyjo Hardy staying out. He's fresh out of the pit lane, remember, from 2 laps ago. Fresh out of the pit lane. And look where he's going to be. Right out in front of this race. Tyjo Hardy now leading the way. Nico Benz is going to be in 2nd, Kieran Humphries 3rd, Jucci in 4th, and now all of a sudden Jervan Bussell in 5th. So all of a sudden it swings, loops and bounds into Team Netherlands' favour, which is going to be interesting. Both, of course, part of F7R, both, of course, are part of Team Netherlands. Could be seeing Thomas Ronhaar here later on in the season, especially with F1 Esports not going ahead. But yeah. Hopefully the racing will begin to occur out on track, and hopefully we get some really good racing. Hopefully we get a stable lobby, first and foremost, until the end of the race. That would be brilliant. And if we can, some racing on top of that, and then everyone's night, and then everyone can go to bed, just feeling that little bit happy. But while we are on that safety car, I am going to be back with you in about a minute and a half's time. We're back under the safety car conditions, so I'm going to take a break from commentary. I'll be back with you in about a minute and a half.
I'm not superstitious, but in a long and fruitful history of F1, no one with the surname Hill has ever failed to win an award. For example, David Hill.
Ah, there we are, back. Back again. Lap 25 out of 33 with, what, 9 laps to go, I think. Taja Hardy leading the way, Nico Benz in second, Kieran Humphries in third, Jucci there in fourth. They're all on a set of medium compound of tyre. I repeat, medium compound of tyre. Everyone else in behind, bar Daniele Parodi and bar Mirko Soriano, who feel that they can't get to the end of the race on a set of soft compound of tyre, might have just pulled a good strategy because they're on that set of medium compound of tyre. They are going to be under pressure in the shorter term. Longer term, however, it is going to be interesting to see how they get on out on track. So the soft compound of tyre is definitely going to be on the cars. Hopefully, though, it is going to be all action, pedal to the metal, foot to the floor, all of that jazz. Don't want to take George Morgan's copyright whatsoever. Maybe Marksteiner there in the chat saying back to engineering, get flashbacks. Hopefully no flashbacks coming in next week if you're back racing in the Netherlands. Of course, that is going to be round 2 of the championship in the Netherlands. As I say, hopefully you are enjoying the stream. If you are, like, comment, subscribe. If you enjoy my commentary as well, like, comment, subscribe. Tick that notification bell, of course, if you're brand new. So the championship will be live every Wednesday, apart from the Wednesday over Christmas, of course. We'll be back with you, though, next week for round number 2 of the championship at Zandvoort from the Netherlands, for the Dutch Grand Prix from the Netherlands. As, speaking of the Netherlands, a Dutch driver leads the way currently, and now the safety car is coming in. So, Taja Hardy, now virtual Bert Wallander, now virtual safety car, leading the way from Nico Benz in second. Kieran Humphries there in third, and we'll see what the man can do out on track. Avatar mentioned in the chat, now Keke with fresh softs, he's got a chance of winning. He's there in 6th position. He's got Jerry Van Bussel ahead of him on a warm compound of tyre, though, which is going to be my concern. He's got quicker drivers, I think, arguably behind him, in Jone Dobzan, in Kiana Leotard, and Bogdan Moldovan. Primoz Moklavcic, by the way, my prediction has just gone completely, I'll see, down the pan. He's down in 15th as now. Taja Hardy better go through the final corner here at New Holland Corner. And now we're going to see him say go very late on Andinas. Tom Roberts has left the session, so has Fabian. Hopefully, though, everything is okay with the lobby, and Taja Hardy now gets us back underway, running down the hill, in towards turn number 1 once again. Taja Hardy leads, but already they're stacking and packing in behind, because Kieran Humphries is side by side with Nico Benz, and actually Nico goes to the outside line of turn number 1 on Taja, tries to get the job done. Jucci and Jerry Van Bussel are side by side, coming through the first corner as well. Looking to the inside line is the Austrian. On the back there are Kieran Humphries, the Englishman, trying to get the job done. They're side by side though still. Nico Benz and Taja Hardy. Taja holding the lead, very aggressively defending though. Nico Benz in second, Kieran Humphries there in third, Jerry Van Bussel there in fourth. Keke is in a right wash, and he's on the outside line now. On the inside line of Jone Dobzan, gets the job back done into 6th position. Hopefully, we will see Tom Roberts rejoining the session. Kiana Leotard now has left the session. All going down the pan, it seems, in terms of the crossplay, but Taja Hardy leading the way. Nico Benz in second, Kieran Humphries there in third, Jucci there in fourth, then it's Jerry Van Bussel now in fifth, but he could be fourth now because he goes to the inside line of Jucci, coming now through the left-hander at turn number 10. Austria and Netherlands side by side, and the William of Orange comes out on top. Jerry Van Bussel through, and he's into fourth. Jucci there in fifth, Keke there in sixth. There's an instant further down the field, and that's Enzo that's dropping down. Skyline is down the field. Kiana Leotard, I think, got caught up in that as well. Drama there between France and Germany with Enzo and Skyline. Taja Hardy there has got to defend very hard indeed. Jerry Van Bussel's on the attack, and Kieran Humphries in towards turn number 1, trying to get the job done. He does. There's a sizable dive bomb there from Jone Dobzan down the inside line. Gets the job done, the Slovenian. Through, and he's into 6th position. Keke and Daniele Parodi involved in this action there as well. Absolute chaos out on track. There's a yellow flag. Kieran Humphries is out, and that's a safety car. Safety car deployed out on track. I missed that just for a second. Kieran Humphries there. Jucci is another one that I think got caught up in that as well. Just see what happened there in terms of the incident, because we were very much close by in terms of the incident. You will see here two of me right there. Jone Dobzan Keke coming through turn number 3. And did anything really happen? Did anything really happen? I don't know. I will try and get Tom in. I will try and get Kiana Leotard in as well. Hopefully they're both showing up on my friends list. There's Kiano. Hopefully we get Tom in as well. I will just try and scroll through and see if he's there somewhere. Once again. And he is not. That's absolutely brilliant. But he should be able to get an invite off his teammate in Kieran Humphries if Kieran is still in the session. Tom there in 16th, Kiana Leotard there in 17th. I think that is the, dare I say, the 3rd or the 4th safety car I think we've had tonight. Which is, it just says something. It just sizably says something, to be honest. But Yeah. Bit of a weird one. Bit of a weird one. Drivers into pit lane now, feeling like I can go in for a fresh set of rubber. Juchi's definitely got damage though. You saw him coming in the pits there. Nazke as well, I think, also getting a front wing repair. So he's in the pit lane. Juchi, I think, getting caught up with Kieran Humphries in that instant. It was just off camera, so I didn't actually see that on our end. But it was off camera. Stewards, of course, will have a look at that. Tom Roberts has rejoined the session, which is really good. Hopefully, though, it will still be stable for the final 5 laps of this race. Let's pray. Fingers crossed, poles crossed, everything crossed. Quite literally legs crossed, I think, at this stage for everything to work. But Taija Hardy leads, Nico Ben second, Jevan Bussell in third. While we're on the safety car once again, I'm going to take another break, and I'll be back with you in about a minute's time.
Sebastian Vettel holds the F1 record with the shortest time elapsed before picking up the penalty. He was caught speeding in the pit lane on his 2006 Turkish Grand Prix.
Ah, there we go. There's my messages sent. All done. And Taija Hardy leads the way from Nico Benz in second. Jevan Bussell there in third. As I mentioned on the last safety car restart, Taija Hardy, Jevan Bussell in a very sizable position here for Team Netherlands. First and third right now. Nico Benz there in second, doing a good job also. As I've just alluded to in the Discord, if anybody is in the Discord and seen my message there, of course, lessons will be learned from tonight. Of course, crossplay, it's very clear, still is not fully functional as what we thought it might be. We thought we'll give it a try. But in the case, admins, of course, will definitely have a look at this. I, of course, will be providing my feedback, of course, from a commentary perspective. You guys in the comment section, you can put your thoughts in the comment section as well. Every part of feedback will be taken on board, and it will be a decision that it seems pretty easy on the face of it. It's a very difficult one to take, though, and I hope everyone will be in agreement with whatever comes out of this race. But 4 laps to go. Hopefully, a stable 4 laps to go as well. Taija Hardy's now the virtual Bert Ballander. He's now the virtual safety car. Nico Benz right in behind. Jevan Bussell there in third. Yene Dovzan there in fourth. Primoz Roglic there down in 12th position. Bogdan Moldovan letting me down in terms of the positions. As now Taija Hardy is about to say go. Did Nico Benz lead him into the back there of the Dutchman? Now coming through the final corner. Formerly, of course, Talent Factory Rudy, IFR Rudy back in the day. Taija Hardy now coming through the final corner. On the run toward the line. It's a very slow restart. And now winded up to go once again. 4 laps to go here in the European Esports Championship. Round number 1. And it's Taija Hardy that leads. Nico Benz there in second. Yene Dovzan there is right on the back of Jevan Bussell. In towards turn number 1. There's the half-coloured McLaren. Not the McLaren. The half-coloured Dutch car to the inside line. Jona Dobson that gets forced off track. Techie there in fourth. Daniel Parodi there's now joining in the fight as well. Team Italy not entirely out of this. Mirko Soriano is into 10th position as well. He's had a good start. Tudi there on the back of Azar, just in the background of shot as well. They now fly on through in toward the left-hander turn number 5, and that is Jona Dobson diving down the inside line of Keki. Very late, risking it for a chocolate biscuit, a custard cream, and a bourbon at the same time. And his job done. Thuni's into fourth, and there's now Daniel Parodi going to go around the outside. Coming to the right-hander turn number 8. Surely not around the outside of turn number 9. This will be, frankly, impossible to pull off. Still pretty much side by side coming out of the corner. Bogdan Moldovan now getting involved for Team Romania, looking to the inside line. The turn number 10 can't find the way through and finds his path blocked. There's Daniel Parodi, sizes away up the inside and towards Bank Sabadell and gets the job done around the outside through and he's into 5th. Mirko Soriano making ground as well. There's a car off in the background. I think that was Hazara going off in the background, rejoining track. Tom Roberts very lucky actually to get out of the way with that scot-free. But 3 laps to go. No safety cars from here on in. You'd be delighted to know. Tyja Hardy leads the way. Nico Benton second. Jeroen Bussel there in third. Bogdan Moldovan on the inside of Keki in towards turn 1. Can't find the way through. Scotland retired there in the session. I think he got caught up in an instant further down. Primoz McLeod just having a fight with Tom Roberts back in the day as well. These guys were fighting on the PlayStation side. Primoz there in 13, Tom there in 15, trying to get the job done. Tudi and Jucci now side by side. Xbox man, the sole Xbox man here tonight against Jucci there for PC for Team Austria. And Jucci there is through as Jerry Van Bossel has spun, coming through turn number 5. Not sure if there was contact there. I'm just going to ride on board, and I think there might have been, or if that was just a spin. I think that was a spin from Jerry Van Bossel by himself. Jerry Van Bossel loses the control of the car, loses all pressure, and now loses all the way down to P16. Tyja Hardy, though, leading the way out in front as Mirko Soriano is carving his way through the field. Oh, and he has an incident there with Keki to the inside line of him. The Finn comes out on top just about. The Italian now getting involved in this battle, coming now down the hill and towards turn 13. Mirko Soriano forced off track again. The grass and the gravel getting forced on the tyres there as well. Absolute manic racing going on again out on track. It's a bit like the Bangles and the Manic Mondays, but Tyja Hardy leads the way. Nico Benz in second. Johnny Dovzan there in third. Lap 32 or 33. Penultimate lap of the race to go. And as I say, hopefully it all remains clean from here as Johnny Dovzan to the inside line at turn number 4. Gets the job done on Nico Benz. Through into second, and he could now set his sights on the leader, Tyja Hardy, who has flown. Then Keki spins, and that's a spin for Nico Benz. Just off camera shot, there was no forcible move down the inside line there, unless there was from Daniele Parodi. I'm just going to ride this back. Daniele Parodi, I think, was on the inside line of him, and Nico Benz has got caught on the grass and has spun. Nico Benz spins, coming through that part of the track. Unfortunate for him, dropping down the field. Tyja Hardy, though, leading the way. Is Team Netherlands going to come out on top? Is the F7R man going to come out on top in this? Coming out through turn 12, 13 and 14 for the penultimate time, just before the final time. As we go into lap 33, the final 4.6 kilometres about to begin, and Tyja Hardy leads the way, but he has got a target locked on and behind with Jone Dovzan running at him in towards turn 1. So Roberts picked up a 3-second penalty. I think it's the first that we've seen all night from everyone. Jucci down the inside line and Bogdan Moldovan down the straight in towards turn 1, gets the job done. Tom Roberts there and Tudi fighting side by side. Tudi there actually threw an into 8. Enzo was the one fighting with him even, and Tom Roberts got the job done on Hazara further down the field as well. But look at the gap closing in, look at the tyres closing in as well. Jone Dovzan has got this now right in the melting pot. The Slovenian now right on the back of Team Netherlands. Daniele Parodi, though, for Italy, not entirely out of this either. Medium's probably the better tyre to be on right now, coming through the final part of the lap. Tyja Hardy leading the way, but Jone Dovzan is right there. Now, opens up the DRS. Is he going to go for the move? Down in toward the left-hander at turn 10. On lap 33, dives it to the inside line. Tyja Hardy didn't see it coming, but certainly Daniele Parodi did, and he goes to the inside line, gets the job done on both. Daniele Parodi now leads the way. Is this going to be a prediction right for me? Is this going to be Team Italy on top? Daniele Parodi now through the final corner, through turn 13, through turn 14 to New Holland. Daniele Parodi now on the run to the line, takes full advantage, wins here in Spain. Tyja Hardy in second, Jucci in the end in third. Jone Dovzan did everything right, apart from dive from it to the inside line at turn 10. He did everything right. But Jone Dovzan there in fourth position misses out on an absolute podium finish. But Daniele Parodi out on top might not be the Ferrari Esports man of Mirko Soriano, but it's the other man of Team Italy. It is Daniele Parodi that comes out on top with an absolute lovely move coming out of turn 11. Oh, goodness me. We can breathe now. Thank God. Thank God that race is over. My voice is shot. It is Daniele Parodi out on top. The Italian flag ablaze at the top end of the standings. Team Netherlands there in second with Tyler Hardy. He missed out. He is very angry, I've got to say, at Jonas Dovzan for diving him to the inside line. But to be fair, he should have cut him off. There was the gap there. He was entitled to go for it at the end of the day, so I'm not sure what the complaining's really about. And in the end, the Austrian Ajuchi there in third drove a fantastic race. In the end, getting Jonas Dovzan by 0.2 of a second in the end of that race. Oh, my word. As I say, opinions on stream, opinions on commentary might be different, of course, to what they might be, of course, after the race has finished. But Daniele Parodi out on top. Tyler Hardy there in second. Jucci there in third. Jonas Dovzan there in fourth. Bogdan Moldovan there in fifth. Not bad for fifth position in the end. Gianni Leotold there in sixth. Enzo there in seventh. Batudi there in eighth. Azora there in ninth. Mirko Soriano all the way down in P10. Very, very angry, it seems, with one Finn in Kaki. And Kaki, of course, finishing further down the field. Nasca there in 11th. Tom Roberts, Primoz Miklavcic, then Jerry Van Bussel, Nico Benz, Kaki. They were the finishers. Skyline Matarin, along with Kieran Humphreys, and along with the other drivers that I forgot to mention, which are coming up on my screen right about now. It is, of course, Fabian Moxana, Kieran Humphreys, and M. Sapala as well, the retirees, out on track. In the end, very, very interesting race, let's just say. And we've got looked forward to as well for round 2 of the championship is Netherlands, Zandvoort, The Banking, Arie Lundijk, Skyflak, Tarzan, corners like that. Synonymous names in Dutch motorsport. We go to the Netherlands, of course, round 2 of the championship at Zandvoort. And then it's the Christmas break before we go to the Temple of Speed in Italy for round number 3. Then it's Belgium round 4, 10th of January. And then Britain round number 5 of the championship, 17th of January to have. Benza, though, very happy with the result. Team Italy very happy with the result. We, however, are going to end it off there. I really hope you enjoyed the stream, my commentary and my voice, taking it for you guys at home. Everything will be fixed, I'm sure, in terms of next week. There will be a frank and really detailed discussion, let's face it, in terms of how crossplay fared here tonight, in terms of the whole invites, in terms of me inviting, in terms of feedback, getting the drivers' feedback, getting the managers' feedback. Everything, I am sure, will be fixed for next week. Whether we revert to just the console, just the PS and Xbox drivers, and it runs a hell of a lot smoother, that remains to be seen. I'm sure, though, the best place to look for the information is at EML_F1 on X, formerly known as Twitter. And you can have a look, of course, at all of our stuff in the description below, including Next Level Racing, of course, who provide this fantastic chair that I'm sitting on for both WR and indeed for the EML and indeed for the European Esports Championship. It's very comfy, better than breaking my back standing up like some commentators do. But anyways, I'm going to end it off here. I really hope you did enjoy it. As I say, like, comment, subscribe. Take that notification bell, of course, if you're brand new to the channel. We, of course, will be back next week for the European Esports Championship Round 2 in the Netherlands. Until then, I've been James Head. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, goodbye.